And I believe we are live! Good day, my fellow friends. My name is Raven Marine, aka Thunburn1, and welcome to the Thuncast, where today it is episode 5, season 2. Today we have a special guest onto the podcast. He's been a veteran within the community ever since that he was here. Well, pretty sure that he was already here ever since I was here, if I'm correct. I do not know much about him, but we will use this time to at least explain and introduce Arthur Kid, aka... Okay, I mixed up the second name. Alter Kid, how are you doing today?
Good evening. Good. How about you?
I'm doing quite well. I do apologize for messing up your name, even though we already done rehearsed this once. I made that mistake, and I do apologize. So...
Yeah, no, that's fine.
So, Alter Kid, how are things going within the Imperium? Do you think that you would like to start us off with a fair question?
To answer the first one, I would say, so far, ever since for the last few months, I'd say I've been doing good since my transfer. But overall, career's going good. Everything's been decent overall, though I've been pretty busy. But that's about all I'd say. Nothing excellent, nothing terrible. All mild.
Okay. Wait, what do you mean about transfer, though? What do you mean by that?
Oh. I believe it's at most 2 months ago, I was the Cadian officer, but now I'm in Krieg because I transferred to support Hero ever since he was promoted to Colonel.
Ah, I see. Oh man, we lost another Cadian leader. And yeah. I kinda wish I honestly had... No, you know what, no. Even if I wanted to, I would have probably not been able to fully succeed at the job of Commissar. Oh, just a little update. As some of you may not know, I have decided to change my goals to become more useful to the Imperium, which, due to my current position in IRL, I don't think I would be able to at least fulfill the Commissar or basic leader of the Imperium. So, in this case, I think I will try to go for some old roots and try to become a Bulgrin or an Ogrin, and maybe even a leader of it. But, however, such unfortunate for the Cadians. Honestly, do you think that the Cadians should be able to get more popular, other than people just joining Depcorps of Creed? Which is nothing wrong with Depcorps of Creed. I just kinda wish that there was more even numbers, instead of half the patrols being Depcorps of Creed and just one Cadian.
I find that during my events and whatnot, or from the snippets of other people's events, the ratio has been, I'd say, pretty spot on. It doesn't seem as though there's more Krieg or Cadians, because as you can see from inspections, numbers do fluctuate, because the last time, I believe, Cadia out-rallied Krieg, which was just about, yesterday?
Oh yes!
Today's Saturday.
Yeah, today was Saturday. And
yeah.
Unfortunately, I wasn't even there to at least see the amount of people inside of the game. I mean, sorry, the amount of Cadians that were there. I couldn't been able to load in, much less my internet was trying to bail out on me, much less commit suicide. But honestly, how much do you think that they were compared to Depcorps of Creed?
Actually, let me check the car logs right now. But what I was thinking of was last week, where I believe we had 7 to 8 Kriegsmen, while Cadia did out-rally us by a number I forget. Hold on, let me check that right now. Alright, so taking a look at it, oh fuck, my thing was scrolled back far. Give me a moment.
Don't worry, don't worry.
Alright, so today we had 6 Kriegsmen, and oh, would you look at that? We out-rallied Cadia by 1. There were 5 Cadians and 6 Kriegsmen. Not too bad.
Today?
Yep, that was today.
Oh man, I would have probably been there to even up the numbers, but no! My Wi-Fi decided to keep me back. Though I was inside the VC during the entire inspection, I don't think that any of you guys didn't know, but yeah. Man, I could have well been able to even out the the numbers. Unfortunate.
Well.
Unfortunate.
I would say overall, though, like to answer the question completely, I wouldn't worry too much about the numbers, especially since Krieg, like the groups do have maybe like what 700 to 400, yet you don't see that many people. Both sides seem to be at, you know, the same average, so that doesn't appear to be too large of a problem.
Yeah, I'm just saying it because, well, most of the patrols I'm now attending just basically don't have any Cadians anymore. Even after the updates, it just seems like a lot of people just still went into the old ways of Depcopter Creed. But in this case, people think that Depcopter Creed aren't new. It's the Cadians that were new. Because I actually remember a time the Depcopter Creed were actually the very first, not like the very first. No wait, I think it was the very first light faction that ever existed during the old days of IOM, where the game Caldega was just still new, and they were actually working on the Cadians. And then when the Cadians came out, many people had started to switch from Depcopter Creed to become a Cadian. And at that time, I actually quite said, man, I really wish that there were more Depcopter Creed than Cadian. Now look at the tables have turned!
Yeah, no, I was not around long enough to see only Krieg be there. By the time I joined, which was March of last year, late March, I believe, on the 21st, Caldega was still in its early states. I'd say the Ultramarines had just been phased out. That's as far as I know.
Ah, and you said that you've been here, and I said that you've been here more than me. Truly, as the tables have turned within the podcast, but still, we still have you as the veteran. Well, honestly, if we're on that topic now, how come I haven't seen you around? Wait, I probably have seen you around, but what faction were you on? No, wait, you were on the Imperium, as you stated. But what was your main goals at the time? Back in those days.
I was the Cadian first platoon officer, and I was also in charge of the Cadian Hardened Veteran Squad ever since I became an NCO. At least until I, transferred.
And you were that for that long? Especially when it's just been 2024. Last time I checked, wasn't it? No, like 2020, maybe, right? No, I must be.
I became an NCO of I'd say April last year. So. April 2023.
Oh, whoops. I went too far into the 2020s.
Yeah, no.
Oh, sorry. Continue.
Oh, no. I was just saying that, I'm not. I was not here during 2020.
Something actually crossed my mind lately. Something about... I don't know if I should put my finger on it, but... You know what? Let's start the topic anyway. what do you think of the Lethal Company's new update? It's out of touch, right? Honestly, I not say I run out of ideas, but I actually am really interested in this topic.
I believe that. Yeah, no, I haven't seen too much of it. I heard that they added like a new map, some more enemies, gimmicks like that. I haven't played it or seen it yet, so I'm planning on getting that done. I heard they added like more scary shit, so I'm looking forward to that.
Actually, wait. I would say that the more scary stuff would be a dropping ceiling filled with spikes drop on the ground on you. That's mostly scary because, well, you can never tell. Those are actually rare to find. But the real thing I'm actually terrified about is those machines. I guess those Mechanicus have found a way to enter into Lethal Company, and that's their version of Mechanicus. Just old birds. I believe that's what they're called.
I think all I've heard about them was that they have weapons now. So they just have I believe a rocket and also the
flamethrower, rocket and flamethrower.
Yeah.
Honestly, I actually just want to go inside a Lethal Company with some boys and just as soon as we collect the apparatus within that one new map, or just find a old bird somewhere on any other map, I'm just going to yell out in the mere distance. You know an Earth mover, right? From Ultra Kill?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just gonna basically yell out. Let me just get in the mood for it. Earth mover! and the whole song just plays War Beyond Reason as we're being chased. I want to do that. I honestly want to do that for that new update.
I remember for the I believe the Christmas update, the worst scare I've gotten in the game so far was the Nutcracker, because first enemy. I thought it was a statue until it blasted me so hard that I left the map in my camera. That almost crashed the game.
For real? Oh my god, you suffered you suffered a worse fate than me. You know what yeah, I'm gonna tell you that one. But you know what actually happened to me the first time I played Lethal Company?
What?
The most surprising thing was, I look up at the ceiling, last second, and I see a bug jumped on my face. As Max was behind me, I keep telling him to... Let me just do this quick impression. Get to the ship! Get to the ship! Get to the ship! Get to the ship! I don't even know if that audio did not pick it up.
Yeah, no, that muffled. That definitely muffled.
I was just saying, get to the ship! As I was just ramming into stuff a long way. The next minute, I feel like I died instantaneously, probably by a bracken.
My first, those bugs, I believe what are they called? Yeah, no, I don't remember. But those bugs, I remember during my first playthrough of Lethal Company with my friends. I was not the one who had it fall on my head, but one of my friends, they walked under it, started running around screaming and, muffled audio before they ran over the landmine that was next to us.
Oh my god! That was brutal! That's brutal! Wait, I should tell you this one. This is what happened on Mass's first death. We were playing Lethal Company with a third friend of ours. His name was Stizza. We were on, I believe, on that rocky map that has just a long way just to go, but it's just almost like a complete maze if you kind of think about it. But anyways, it was getting dark. Mass was just yelling out into the air yelling out in the air, expecting something to happen. We just kept on telling him to be quiet. We don't want to get in trouble or something. He just says, What's What's going to be in trouble? A dog gonna appear out of nowhere? And the next minute you know, a dog heard us. And he basically swooped from the beside of us, snatched him ass, and ragdolled him to death. Honestly, we both just ran away. And I came back to the ship. I heard Stizzer crying. Thinking that the two of us was dead, and now if you can think about it, I don't even think that was funny. That was just absolutely brutal. We told him to stop, but he didn't stop. He just...
You shouted at the dog to stop ripping him apart.
No, I was... That's not how it is, right? But no, that's not how it is.
Jesus.
Even, you know what, within this update, I feel like the giant is gonna be done more dirty than it is, because the fact, if you didn't know, baboon hawks can now jump the giant. If you didn't know.
Wait, they attack each other?
No, the baboon hawks attack the giant once they're in packs.
The fuck? I knew you could kill the giant now, but I didn't know that they just started ganging up on them.
Yeah, they're now killable. The giants to robots, bro. The giant is gonna be so done dirty in this update. Honestly, the one cute enemy that I actually found just adorable, but just really useful but irritating, is the tulip snakes. And you know what their whole gimmick is? Apparently,
I don't think I haven't heard of them yet.
Tulip snakes. Okay, wait. Let me tell you, let me just give you a little bit of insight. Tulip snakes are basically these lizard-like face piranha planting. They actually kind of look like piranha plants if you remove the eyes and just give them a polka dot color of red and white. But the thing is about their whole gimmick is that they lift up heavy stuff more than they are to impress a mate. And that's no joke. That's just a part of the lore. Apparently, they would lift up stuff that are twice their size, living or not, just to impress the female to mate with them. Honestly,
by living or not, do you mean that they can just pick up employees?
Yes, they can pick up employees and carry them. Honestly, just really surprising about them is that I would say that they are annoying, but not too annoying. They actually, if you only have two of them, and if you only just have two of them, and you need to try to get away from a giant quicker, they can basically help you out with that. Or better yet, get to the ship much more faster, because, well, that's if you only have enough stuff on you. But I actually wonder, what would happen if a bunch of tulip snakes had gotten attached to you, and you were wearing a jetpack?
Probably bad stuff would happen.
You would probably gain some insane air, but try to make the clutch as you suddenly get plummet into your death, or somehow make that clutch. Other than that, I really think that the one thing they should do is probably add a hacking module at some point, where you can actually control the old bird for a certain amount of time, so you can kill, like how they do for those turrets, how you could shut them down and open doors, which I still don't know how to do.
You gotta go on the map, and whoever's on the terminal, they just type in the little name, because on the map it'll have like a designation. So like type in D1 and like it shut down for a few seconds.
For a few seconds, but what about for the doors?
For the doors, they just open and close depending on what you do.
Honestly, I'm still very surprised that Lethal Company is still alive up to this day, receiving minor updates and receiving updates in general that just make the game so much better. And the mod community is quite good. Honestly, I wouldn't mind if they add a mod where we can actually play as Space Marines.
The Space Marine? Yeah, I mean, you can probably There's one or two, God mode mods on there, and you can just grab a shotgun and shoot whatever you find.
Yeah, honestly, once I get shotgun, it's just endgame for certain enemies that can't kill you.
I've found that the shotgun is very gimmicky. Like, even if I hit something dead on, like the eyeless dogs, I fired at it center mass, but the hitbox is strange, so both rounds just went through it, and I died either way.
Oh jeez. Well, it's basically RNG. If you're not telling me this. Oh wait, we're actually forgetting one more enemy. The butler.
The what?
The butler. You don't know about the butler?
Yeah, no, I haven't heard that one yet. Let me Google that.
I don't know much about the butler either, but the main thing about him is he can kill you if you're alone, and that's if you're near him. And the thing is, when you kill him, he'll spawn a bunch of bees. And the only way to get rid of them is by closing a door.
I googled it. That's just a guy. Like, this is just a person.
Wait, what?
I'm looking at the image of them. It just looks like a dude with like a knife and, I don't know, like a broom.
Oh yeah, that's the butler. He's actually an enemy that you can encounter mostly on mansion like that mansion map or something. I don't know, but either way, his new melee weapon, the knife, it's not that good than the shovel. And I heard that the shovel got debuffed. What was the debuff on the shovel again?
I think they might have made it heavier or like slower to swing, but I'm not quite sure. I know that the knife, it stabs quicker and it doesn't have to be wound up like the shovel. It just has like shorter range, but still more damage.
Honestly, if you kind of think about it, let's imagine a scenario real quick. You are a space marine. And you as a space marine, you were coming from a battle, but all of a sudden, you black out. And you get teleported into this strange place. What are your first intentions?
Probably kill everything in sight since, you're a space marine.
Alright. You kill everything in sight, but you're the only one inside the ship. The corpses are all around you, and you have no idea how to operate this place, much less the ship that you're in. What are you gonna do?
If I don't know how to work the ship at all, there's not much else you can really do. Eat dirt, you're a space marine, you can process anything. And I guess just
Are you not going to at least pick up this board that actually gives you instructions on everything that's within the ship? Are you just not going to do that?
I forgot those existed. I usually throw those out during my gameplay.
Bro, is that honestly useless? I actually took the time to read that, and half of it was just kind of useless.
Yeah, I read it the first time, but it's all it really says. It's like, how to use your scanner and like some stuff.
All right. So what are you gonna do? Are you just gonna do that option, or are you just gonna read the pamphlet?
I mean, if I know the pamphlet's there, then yeah. But like otherwise, you can't. You're kind of just stuck on the planet.
Or on the ship, even, because if you try to open the doors, you're probably gonna go vacuum out.
Oh yeah, I forgot. Oh, I interpreted that as like you just spawned on the. Okay, I did not know that the people I was killing were employees.
Yes, but you don't know that they spawned again. So let's just continue.
Yeah.
Let's just continue with this. You, as a space marine, you read the pamphlet. You realize that there's more lore to this place than you may think, but you don't want to put this much time into it because, well, you have to try to figure out how to get to your battle. You all of a sudden look onto this screen where it says quota, In this case, you figured out that that's the property quota that you must collect. And in your head, you must think, if I collect this quota, I think I might be able to get out of here. So, that is what you make. So that is what you do. You end up going to the first starter place on that planet. You pull the lever. And as you land, what are your first intentions as a space marine?
Sprint around. I guess follow the employees, but if they are still alive. But
you killed them all.
Yeah, they're all dead.
You killed them all.
Dead.
You killed them all.
Yeah, as a space marine, I guess run around, kill everything you find until I find the door.
All right. So you end up walking around. It's not much. It's not much, especially when you need to collect 130 quota. But all of a sudden, you find a nest of bees simply hoarding something. What are you going to do?
Kill them too.
All right. You try shooting your bolter at them, but you only hit the nest, which irritated them and got aggressive to you. But here's the thing: they can't harm you. Even though that they emit static electricity, it doesn't harm a space marine enough to consider it fatal. So
yeah, I'm kind of just swarmed by bees. All I can really do is swing at them.
Yes, but it doesn't consider it to be useful. It's like swatting a bunch of flies. At this point, you see the nest, you grab it, you went back to the ship, but all of a sudden, you get receiving a notification that you achieved quota. And in that moment, what goes through your head? What are you going to do next?
I guess leave. If it says, you got quota, probably leave.
Is that your final option?
If, Space Marine's old business and whatnot, nothing. Once I've completed what needs to be done, then I'm out of there.
Alright. You'll pull the lever to get out of that planet. The door closes. Notification receives that you have collected 82 out of the quota that you need from 308 from the quota that was inside the company building. You realize that you're a little bit short, but with proper time and proper analysis, you could get the good hand of this. But however, it is day 2. So, what are your intentions? With the multiple moons that you know about, what is the one location that you're willing to go?
Let's see. If we're going off of the actual terminal, I'd say March.
All right. And if I'm correct, March is supposed to be the rocky place, right?
The one with the giant pit in the center with water.
Okay. I know what you're talking about. So, you set the location to March. Oh, and I forgot to tell you your loadout. Your loadout is the typical loadout of a space marine. You have your space marine bolter, which, considering how much max you basically loaded to kind of kill your crewmates with, you have that plus your bolter, or bolt gun, I should say. And also within the third pocket, you actually have an auspex, which can detect enemies from far away. And then so as you are setting the location for Marsh, the fake people that you killed spawn back in, and they immediately back up towards the main entrance, trying to open the door to space. What are you going to do?
Yell at them to stop. They're gonna kill us all.
So you're just gonna yell at them as they're terrified of you and simply backed up to the way of the ship as you are in front of the terminal. So you're gonna yell at them. Alright. You yell at them to stop, and they heed, not being terrified, but at least listening to what you have to do. Or what you have to say. So in this case, they find you chill, but not chill to go near you. So, You set your location down to Marsh, and as you are landing, your crewmates scutter off. You look out there, and they say that they're heading to the entrance. What do? Do you follow suit, or you stay in the ship?
Follow along. There's nothing else to do in the ship.
Alright. You end up following them inside. And as they scutter around, you follow one guy. He collects scrap, and he brings it back outside. What goes through your mind as this is performed?
Since the first, notification was given by the beehive being thrown into the ship, probably I'd connect, the dots and just start collecting stuff around the, inside the place.
Okay. So, as you help out your fellow employees within this environment, you hear somebody yelling within the distance as you go and sprint your way over, and then you see it, a bracken. Snap the player's neck as the other is simply staring at it, barely on the ground, just trying to run away. But you stare at it, and he stares back at you, not even pulling back. What do you do?
Hold on. That would be... Well, as, all the other options have been, and all my answers have been, I'd unsurprisingly kill it.
Alright. As you said, you tried to kill it, and in the end, he couldn't do nothing. He simply took a bolter to the face and his head disappeared, and he was able to disappear into ash. The employee came back to look around, as he sees you simply there, just at least looking at the dead Bracken's body, of course. The employee ran, grabbed the body, and grabbed the stuff that was on the floor right next to that body, and runs away. In this case, you made a good friend. What are you going to do now?
Follow them back to the ship, since they're, running around, grabbing stuff and heading back.
Alright. As you head back to the ship, or mainly exit out the front main entrance, you see all this stuff that the company is or these employees are trying to bring back. So, what do you do?
Bring the stuff back over, since that's what they're doing, and may as well follow suit.
Alright. As you pick up the items from left and right, you realize that these items are nothing. So, you do the one thing that you're able to do. Carry an absolute load of it. And I mean arms hugging each and every item as you carry it back to the ship. And as you go back, you fulfill the quota. Now, here's the surprising thing that happens. As you head back to the company that one of the employees was able to bring back, you're immediately given to this stealth station of some sort. What are you going to do?
What do you mean? Are you talking about like the
one of the moons? Yeah, one of the moons that basically gives you the selling opportunity to fulfill the quota.
Yep, probably watch what they're doing, help them out, etc. Throw scrap onto the big table thing.
As you throw scrap onto the big table thing, one of the employees starts ringing the bell so many times that the monster inside gets irritated, and he grabs him with the rest of the loot items and drags him in. As you watch from a distance, you pull out your bolter, but what is your instinct? What do you do?
Run off, because I don't want to go near the giant thing that just devoured them.
Alright. As you put away your bolter and run away, you realize the profit quota has been reached. So, as you head back to the ship with your other fellow friends, Sorry, wait. I brain rot a bit. You head towards the terminal as a new quota is given. But all of a sudden, the computer glitches and gives you an option. Would you like to stay or return? What do you choose?
Go back. Space Marine's not gonna have anything to do in there, and you still have Xenos to kill.
Alright. As you click the yes option, the ship takes off without the others. As you mysteriously black out, and all of a sudden, you wake up back in the same battlefield that you were, feeling nauseated, but remember everything that has happened. And with that, the battle still continues on, and as a Space Marine, your job is never done. And that's with your journey as a Space Marine ends in Lethal Company. Oh my god, that was exciting! Was that not?
I mean, I kind of just killed everything, but
you kinda just killed everything! First things first, you honestly killed the crew members, like you didn't even give a crap. You just didn't even start a question.
Yeah, no, I was fully. I'm gonna be honest. I did not process that first part, so I heard, oh, I wake up somewhere, kill everything in sight.
Honestly, I would have not been very surprised. Of what chapter were you thinking of? What chapter did you think that you were? Honestly,
probably like, hold on. What the first chapter that came to mind was like Imperial Fists, or like, I'll know, Ultramarines.
Oh, oh wow! Honestly, that went successful, or more halfway successful. What do you think of it?
Still got back to the fight, whatnot. I'd say it was pretty good.
Oh, that's true. But what do you think of the whole new RP experience that you've just felt, especially it being narrated by me and giving you these options? How did you feel about it?
I think if you wanted to do more of that, you could probably start like a D&D session and with people maybe in the Dark Millennium server, or just probably the Dark Millennium server. That'd be the easiest place to look.
Bro, that actually really is a good idea, Honestly, just use Roblox Studios and just perform every action that would be done off of there. Honestly, that would be really good. But that was just experimentation. I kind of just wanted to see how it would work and see if my skills, haven't been dead as of yet. But if anything, that was actually fun. And I actually took up a really good time. And if anything, if any of you guests would like, we could probably do this exact same D&D D&D Space Marine Lethal Company session ever. Honestly, it's all up to you. It's all up to you guys. But Kid or Alter Kid, I genuinely think, or don't know, is this your final goal? To be a leader within the Acadians, or what is your true intentions? What do you have in mind?
I mean, now I'm in Krieg, I'm still an officer, so there's not a whole lot for me to do. I would join Oliver in the Telepathica, but I've already gotten to, First Lieutenant. I'm just seeing where everything takes me. So until maybe if they add like another Imperial update for the Militarum or something like that, I'm aiming for either continuing how I am within the Death Corps or swapping to like.
Okay. That's a good goal. That is really a good goal. Honestly, seeing where it turns out for you, well, that's a question that just says that you may never know. You kind of ask it a bunch of times, you really would never know. But I would hope for the best of that future, my fellow friend. Truly trying to reach the stars. Truly make as much time and do whatever you can within the group. In the end, it's really all up to you. Try your hardest, push your hardest, and no matter what, always have that good self-esteem, or better yet, good motivation to give to all.
Yep. Actually, speaking of career topics, you said you were aiming for what, Bulgrin position?
Yeah, Bulgrin, because when I, like, before, oh, and I had the, actually, no, sorry. A long time ago, I basically had the Space Marine goal to obtain to become Space Marine, and I went through all the ranks to become one. Average Guardsman, Dep Corps Accrete Heavy Weapon Specialist, and NCO, MT, yes, Militantum Pestis, Grenadier, yes, Grenadier, and Bulgrin and Ogrin. And I was a great Bulgrin and Ogrin, and it was really fun when I was like that. Honestly, it was really good. And I was the best at it. So was Mass. We were the only two active ones. To the point where when we were the only two active ones, I was actually appointed leader of the Ogrins at some point in time, where I actually had the authority to ping them to try to join Caltega so we can assist everyone. And to be fairly honest, even back in those days, I actually had one goal in mind, which actually brings up some nostalgia, and actually had the idea to change my goal. I actually want to become a Bulgrin, and at some point when the Bulgrin shields were going to come in, I would create the Bulgrin Shield Wall!
So just... I feel like... What? Your goal is to aim for... What are they called? Bonehead?
Boneheads,
so,
yes.
Yeah. So, I mean, that sounds like a solid goal to me. You probably can do it given time.
Yes. For now, I just need to manage, do what I need to do, and when times will be right, and proper. I guess proper days would be good. I will finally be able to achieve what I, well, been longing for so long. Which is another time on that. However, brain rot again. Other kid, it is good to have you here, and I thank you for performing this little experiment. I do apologize that we weren't able to talk about some. It was not like we actually had anything less to talk about. I actually wanted to try this to see whether people would be interested or not. Besides, many people would say that I would belong in a D&D.
Yeah, I mean, it worked out well, from what I'd say.
It worked out well. Would you like to at least bring up any last sort of topics before we end? We have enough for one more.
I'd say, what's something else I could... Thunburn, how do you foresee the future of Caldega? Like, updates, development-wise? What are your thoughts?
Honestly, for how I see it, with every update that simply comes out, it takes time. Oh, sorry, when it's going to be coming out, or when it's preparing to be coming out, it takes time. And legitimately, many people just didn't often see patience. In a way, the developers had really delivered so far, and really good. Even though that there are minor mistakes and minor adjustments that need to be taken in order for the group to be much more sustainable and the game to be more entertaining for everyone. That's why vehicles are going to be added at some point. Yes, we just have to We just have to bear every moment of it. Honestly, no matter what, we all must be patient. We all must have the chance to wait. We all need to have time to adjust. Especially for some of the positions that you have been changed to, or better yet, need to try and obtain back. Which in this case, for me, I still want to try to become a Bulgrin. Sorry, no objective to become a Bulgrin.
Yeah, that's fair enough. As for me, I'd say my goal, well, like I said before, wait for guard updates, new Militarum stuff. But the biggest thing I'm waiting on would be either the Astra Telepathica, so the introduction of Psychers into the game, and also the development of tanks and whatnots, because a couple months back, I believe, it was Mocked who posted those sneak peeks of the already done tank models, so that looks very nice, and I can't wait to have a new, a new platoon opened up for Armored.
Armor Core. Oh my god, I can't wait for the new battle, for the new battles to be taking place. Like, dude, I will say this, that raid that was done by today honestly just gave a good, excellent example of what tanks would feel like or vehicles would feel like if they actually had a true purpose than just driving around, just fighting. Had a right to. Honestly, really liked it, and I burped a couple times so I couldn't been able to make proper words.
What my biggest hopes are for Armored Core is, since you know that the tanks are going to be multi-crew, correct? All the guardsmen have to pilot it, loader, gunner, commander, whatnot. That having to cooperate in a VC or, God forbid, through chat. That
has to be done by VC. Yeah, doing it in chat, bro. Just add a few VCs where it just says Tank Crew 1, Tank Crew 2, Tank Crew 3. Or Lehman Russ 1, Lehman Russ Crew 1, Lehman Russ Crew 2, and Lehman Russ Crew 3. Each of them having four people that only can be part of the VC.
I'd say, we definitely need new VCs for, the tank squads and whatnot. But going off of that, I believe if you throw a bunch of guardsmen into a tank and force them to, given enough training, practice, whatnot, you're gonna get better guardsmen because they're gonna learn how to proper comms etiquette and just general fire discipline, because you don't want the gunner firing off rounds every 5 seconds and then you're stuck reloading while a Space Marine's running up to you with a Melta.
Oh yes, fair. Especially when those Chaos Space Marines are starting to use Melta. Well, with us getting Demon Rust tanks, what do you think Chaos and AdMech are going to be getting to try to counter those vehicles? Chaos are getting the same thing as us, but what about AdMech?
AdMech, I believe they're gonna, at least what I hope they'd get is those, what are they called? Those pontoons. I'm trying to think. Something that had to do with dust. It was those big tanks with they look like hovercraft, but they're also a mix of World War II landing ship and also World War One general tanks.
Yeah. Oh yes, I think I know what you're talking about. Okay, that's actually really effective. Especially really.
I'm also expecting they get those, what are they called? Something AdMech's equivalent of Sentinels. I think they're called some sort of Strider. I know that much, but those, I would like to see those, running around and zap a Chaos Marine here and there.
Oh, that would be good. Honestly, it would be really surprising if they probably use this time, or if anything, when that update comes out, try to bring back one of the factions, or probably bring back a new faction entirely, the Orcs, which is probably supposed to have been teased at some point, but I probably they can wait, or they could probably still be around either way. What do you think?
Orcs, I believe, that teaser was. I think it was removed because they thought it was instead of like Tyranids. I think that people started interpreting as orcs, so that was deleted last year. But if orcs were added, I think, that'd be very good for guardsmen because something new to fight that isn't.
That isn't futuristic. That isn't old but metal. That isn't really similar to them or better yet, flesh.
Better yet, more something new to fight. That's like there's a lot of them. They're tough, but they're not like obscenely tough. It's not like trying to fight off an enemy which can just solo your entire team. But orcs, they're big. They have big weapons. I'm thinking that they'd be like the old Necrons, how they were very tanky. They had good weapons, but they were also slow, and it gave you a good target to fire upon. That was fun.
No harsh feelings, but I think they should probably make the orcs a little bit faster, like a Bulgrim. But it's a miniature Bulgrim. In this case, it has like a same health, like at least 250. Just imagine the recruits of orcs get 250 health. Better yet, they start as little goblin fellows, and they can only do a few minor damage.
I'm thinking that like the regular orc soldier would be like a grunt. No, not a grunt. Like they're called grots, I think. Like the little goblin guys with small shooters, which would be like auto guns. Maybe either. Oh, actually, what would be fun was if an orc spawned in with like completely random weapons.
Oh,
like you could either get like a slow firing gun that does heavy damage, or you get like an auto pistol, which has the little orc weapons that have like a shit ton of bullets, but they're like pistol rounds.
Oh yes, that would be a really good feature. But honestly, they wouldn't. If the developers are going to be doing that, they might as well make every gun sort of usable instead of every sort of weapon being useless.
Oh yeah, of course. That's you wouldn't want a shit weapon.
Also, by the way. I think the starter health for them should be 130 for just an average.
130? Yeah. I'd say for the little grots, like the regular goblin guys, they should be equal to like what guardsmen have like 125. That'd be equal.
So are you sure they're not 100 health?
Yeah, guardsmen have 100 health, but they have like 25 armor.
Oh, fair enough.
Yeah, a regular orc wouldn't have armor. They just have 125 HP.
Wait a minute. What if with the tanks being on the field and everything that's sort of destroyed, it takes a while for them to despawn, right? What if they actually go up to those tanks, rip it apart, place it on them, and that's their armor?
That'd be a lot of work, but
that would be a lot of work. That would be actually a lot of work. But orcs are meant to scrap stuff and repurpose it. So in this case, they can probably use that fallen tank as armor, or better yet, a new transport vehicle that they can use to either turn the tide of war or just transportation. But
I think
a lot of work.
They could steal the tank because Mocked did mention once. Of course, this is not concrete. This was just him talking, but he did mention something about you could probably steal tanks in the future. This is just him saying, or it might have been clone. I'm not quite sure, but one of them, someone said that it's possible that you could salvage tanks that aren't completely destroyed.
And just repurpose it. That's the thing. And honestly, what do you think that should be a coloration for the new orcs that should come here? Should they be purple?
Something.
Should they be blue? Should they be red? Should they be yellow?
I'd say if you're talking about vehicles, then yeah, I feel like the orcs would paint their vehicles yellow. I think what was it? Yellow is faster, or was it red? Might be red.
I think red. No wait. I do apologize for us for trying to guess this. I think it's red that does more damage, or no wait. Blue is the one that goes faster. Yellow and
I just checked. So red makes things faster for orcs, and then yellow is for like wealth. So they think yellow means money.
Oh, wait. But then what does blue mean for them?
Blue is lucky, I think. Or no, I'm looking over this. So blue is lucky. Yellow means either money or like bigger explosions, and then red is fast. And of course, purple is sneaky.
I forget that purple is sneaky. I honestly really forget. Wait, what about black?
Let me check. Black is like I guess stronger. Like if you shoot it, it's not gonna break, or at least it's stronger.
If orcs had voice acting, I would actually try to make a good orc impression, mostly on this wall.
Yeah, I think voice lines in Caldega would be cool because like either for like people getting fucking killed or like orders, like that trench game on Roblox called, I think it was Entrenched.
Oh yes, Entrenched, yeah.
Yeah, that one. When an officer class gives like orders or stuff like that, that would be cool. Especially for when officers gain their their passive like buffs and support abilities.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay. That would be really good. Wait, you know what? Here's some good lines here. This one's for just average guardsmen. Enemy spotted! Oh no. Wait. Enemy spotted! No. Wait.
I'd say the first one was good.
Or how when artillery probably starts rolling down. Incoming!
Your mic cut out. I didn't hear a word.
I was saying incoming!
Yeah, no, that'd be pretty good. No, that one was good, but I'd say, that works good for artillery and, like, what's it called? Like, if you spot a tank.
Tank spotted! Oh.
Yeah, that works.
Wait. Let me try something. Let me. Okay. I can't do that. I can't even do that well if I even try to. How about I do? Oh, you already know that this is a signature line. For the Emperor! Did that catch? Oh,
yeah, no. For the little bit that I did here, that works pretty good. So if you had, for guardsmen, that would work. But for like Space Marines, slap like one of those voice filters over it, and yep.
Oh yeah, that would definitely work. Wait, give me a random voice line that a guardsman would say.
Either like the for the Emperor, and also probably like screaming because if they get shot or like die.
Oh, okay, wait.
Please do. Oh god! Please do not scream into the mic.
No. This one's supposed to be like a death audio.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, no, that worked pretty good, I'd say.
Or how about being disintegrated? Or
just no noise.
Yes, the no noise. That's what the mic pick up.
Yeah, no, it just sounded like, what about being disintegrated? And then just silence.
Let's see here. You know what? I never actually did a orc war before. Don't consider me a server slave. I actually want to try this. Whoa!
I think it's Discord filter that's like making it.
Don't worry. It actually will pick up from my end on YouTube. So if you want, you can actually go and hear it.
Okay.
Yeah, I believe you can actually be able to go and hear it. I don't even know how you actually do those vehicle highlights where you can actually copy and paste the video time where you can place it on.
Oh, you just have to right click on it and it'll say copy video URL with timestamp.
Right click?
Yeah, like when you're normally linking the video. You can't do it on mobile, I think, if that's what you're trying to do.
Not on mobile, but on computer, absolutely. Man, there are a lot of good iterations of the factions that we could be able to put in. Like, really, the one faction I'm really think that should be in is like the Farsight Enclave.
I hate Tau!
I love Tau, and I like their lore! Especially the Farsight Enclave, which is the one faction that actually considered that they are now fighting for the greater good, instead they're fighting for samurai!
Tau would be a pain in the ass, because their fire warriors would just be guardsmen, but better, because they have, better weapons, better armor.
The only thing that they can't do is melee.
Yeah, no, I guess they'd make them have, like, less HP. So, like, you know how the Skitari are a lot of armor, but, like, very bad health? I guess they'd be like that.
Oh, okay, that would actually work. Yeah, but that's just a random thought. Honestly, we had a good amount of talk, especially this podcast has actually been really good. And I thank you, Alter Kid, for coming on and truly giving us a wonderful podcast. Thank you for being the guest for this episode. Would you like to say something before we end the podcast?
Honestly, nothing really comes to mind other than Actually, no. I'm gonna if Dennis is watching this, I'm gonna berate you. You got a mic. Hurry up, get on here. You've been in the group longer than me.
Good final message. Anyways, it's been fun having you all here listen to this wonderful podcast, and a good experiment was said here today. An experience by Alter Kid. If anything, I'll probably consider either doing this in a realistic standpoint, not realistic, but in a game standpoint, or whatever. The possibilities are endless. Anyways, you all have a wonderful day, or night, or afternoon, and enjoy yourselves. Thank you for being on the podcast. Do not forget, anyone can be able to attend the podcast as long as they have good things to say and have wonderful opinions to cherish about any topic. Because besides, we just did something for the company, of course. That was bad, and I should be able to shoot myself with a bolter for it.
Jesus.
Anyways, you all have a wonderful day and enjoy yourselves. And I hope you enjoy the Thuncast.